Okay, number 7, the image shows a circle with center -2 and 2 and radius 3 units. Check to see if the following points are on the circle. Show your work. So we're trying to see, are all these coordinates on the circle? Okay. How do we do that? We know, I'm going to like do the first part of the work here. We know the equation of a circle kind of follows this format. All right, where HK, oops, come on. HK is the center of the circle, and R is the radius. I'm given that piece of information here. I know the radius is 3. So I'm going to plug in 3 here. And I know the center is -2 and 2. Okay. -2 I'm going to plug in here because that's my H coordinate. And then 2 I'm going to plug in here because that's my K coordinate. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to say x minus -2 plus y minus just 2. Okay, so hopefully this is easy to follow here. And I'm going to simplify a little bit. I know negative and negative makes a positive. And then I know 3 squared is 9. So this is the equation I'm going to use. That's my equation for this circle right now. So I'm going to use this equation to check if all of those other points are on the circle. What is it? My pen is not working right now. This is so annoying. Okay. Right, so let's check. This is 1 and this is 2. Those are my x and y coordinates. So let's plug them into the equation. I'm going to plug in 1 plus 2 plus, and then 2 minus 2 squared. And let's see if it's equal to 9. 1 plus 2, that's 3. And then 2 minus 2, that's 0. 3 squared is 9. 0 squared is 0. So yeah, 9 does equal 9. So this means yes. 1, 2 is on the circle. Where is 1 and 2 on the circle? It's right here. Cool. Let's check the next one. Again, this is my x, this is my y. I'm just plugging those points in here and here. So 0 plus 2 squared plus 4 minus 2 squared. Is that equal to 9? 0 plus 2 is 2. This is 4 minus 2 is 2 again. 2 squared is 4. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 4, that's 8. That does not equal each other, so no. 0 and 4 is not on the circle. Okay. Keep going. Let's keep going. -5 and 2. So again, I'm going to use the same formula. -5 plus 2 squared, and then 2 minus 2 squared equals 9. -5 plus 2, that's -3 squared. This is 0 again. And then 9. -3 squared is still 9. And then 0 squared, that's 0. 9 plus 0, that's 9. Okay, so this one is yes. I'm not going to write the rest of it. And then by now, by this third part, you should already know that it's not going to be on the circle because -5 and 2 is on the circle. -5 and 2.5, it's going to be a little bit off. But let's just keep practicing. All right. -5 plus 2, that's -3. 2.5 minus 2, that's 0.5 squared. -3 squared, that's 9. And then 0.5 squared, that's 0.25. So obviously 9.25 do not equal each other, so this is a no. Okay. What about this one? Write and graph an equation of a line described below. Write and graph an equation of a line described below. We want to write an equation of a line that goes through point 0, -1 and 0, and is parallel to 4x minus 9y equals -20. There were 3 equations of a line that was given to us. All right, I'm going to erase this. I need some space here. I already did the problem with you anyways. There was one that's called point slope formula, where you have y minus, wait, I said this earlier. I already did this in number 1. Remember number 1? Right, I erased it. Dang. Oopsies. You know what, whatever, I'll write it one more time. Point slope formula. Point where y minus k equals m x minus h, right? M is my slope, and again, hk is a point on the line. And then we have the other one, slope-intercept form, where it's y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope again, and then b is the y-intercept, what is across the y-axis. And then we had the last one, standard form, where it looks like this, ax plus by equals c. And if you get something like this, you need to rearrange terms to look like slope intercept form. Okay, slope intercept form. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. I want a line that goes through this point and it's parallel to this. This is something we have to remember. Parallel lines have equal slopes, right? We did this in the book where we actually proved this, right? If we have one line and another line parallel to it, the slope is going to be the same. The rise over run is exactly the same, okay? So we're going to try to find the slope of this equation. I'm asking myself, this equation here, which one of these three does it look like? Standard form, slope-intercept form, or point slope? It obviously looks like the standard form. But the standard form doesn't tell me anything about the slope. So I need to rearrange the terms to make it look like this one, and then find the slope. So I need to just solve for y. I'm going to do minus 4x, that goes away. Negative 9y equals negative 4x minus 20. Notice how I put negative 4x in the front to get the x first. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 9. Negative 9, negative 9. So these cancel out, just the negative 9s. And then you're left with y. Is 4 divisible by 9? No. So let's keep it as a fraction, but I know negative and negative makes a positive, so 4 over 9. 20 is not divisible by 9 again, so I'm just going to keep the fraction, but it should be positive because negative and negative again. In this equation, all I really care about is the slope. I know the slope is 4 over 9 now, right? Because that is the slope, m, right there. So then I know my slope is going to be 4 over 9. Let's write my equation. Write an equation of the line. Let's do that first. I have a point here. Now I have my slope. Let's use the point slope formula. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. Y minus, what's the y coordinate of the point on the line? 0 equals 4 over 9. And then x minus, right? Minus, what's the x coordinate of the point on the line? It's going to be negative 1. Honestly, you could just leave your answer like this. But if you keep simplifying, y minus 0 is y. 4 over 9 times x plus 1, because the negatives make a positive. I'll take either one. It's good practice.